I'm gonna get back to that story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer Great One. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
I think, like you or like me, like us, you look back in your past, and if there's something that pisses you the fuck off, it's when you were right and society, including the adults. Let's just call them, whether you're a kid or a younger person. It was the authorities, it was your adults, it was the people who knew better, whatever it was. A lot of you who happen to be religious and you find out that you're in like some kind of cult thing and they're all wrong. They're just a bunch of power hungry assholes. Teachers, professors, oh, follow your heart, money will follow. Oh, yeah, you're going to go and save it. I remember a lot of millennials were told to go and major in environmental science because Barack Obama said he was going to take a lot of the taxpayers' money and spend it on environmental things. Well, I'll become not an environmental engineer. No, but you studied environmental science. You guys know I am popularity. Oh my fucking God. All day. Man could do his job all day and still not be done, if you guys know the quote. Where because you weren't wearing the right kind of clothes or didn't have the right kind of shoes, you'd actually get in fucking fights. And that kind of we know better, but we're lying because we have an ulterior motive to be popular or because we have an agenda or we have some other ulterior motive. And if you don't comply, we're physical going to fight you. We're going to cause you physical fucking harm in the worst case. Or we're going to ostracize you. I remember getting kicked out of a party once, which shouldn't surprise any of you, or getting accused and blamed for shit. And you just the self-respect, you're like, what the fuck? Fuck you. Fuck you. And maybe not nowhere, but one of the main things that to this day, there's laws against it. There's not laws about me going to people in the past. That's why I keep track of the bankers, that I used to work for. That's why when one of the bankers I worked for, the bank he ended up working for, they got a cease and desist order under his leadership. I went, I said, congratulations on your cease and desist order. I should. Maybe I should do that more. That should be my new hobby. Is just find these people who are fucking frauds in my life and liars and ulterior narrative drivers and all that, ideologues. I say, hey, how's it going? How's that going? Maybe I should do that. But up there with fucking and no offense to the good Lutherans out there, but the psychopathic Wisconsin Synod type of Lutherans, love to find you guys to see where you are. Love it. How you chill. That's great when these fucking frauds have children and now they got skin in the game. Oh, that's great. I just sip my coffee with Ivy the dog. The dog of no real value mug. Our kid's having trouble at school. Yeah, because it's raised by two fucking pussy Democrats. Our child a little bit of problems. But up there with the Wisconsin Synod Lutheran Nazis, up there with the popularity, not the kids who were popular, it was the cult that were going to continue being popular and their modern day incarnation, the dude bros and the dude broettes, where they're still buying material shit and they think that makes them cool. Up there has got to be all the Democrats in my past. And I just, it's like I can't leave this planet without absolutely telling you assholes I told you so. And there's two types of Democrats, okay? There's two types of Democrats. We got to distinguish between them, and they both deserve to be fucking ruined. At least lectured on the one side of the Democrats. But I remember if I wasn't a Democrat, I was ostracized. And you guys are right. Well, Cappy, you were in your 20s and younger, and everyone who's younger. And you're right. And you're in Minnesota, where they're the most sanctimonious, prestigious little liberal assholes who come from the suburbs, including the city dwellers. And yeah, and you're right. Yeah, you're right. There was bias. But, for pretty much my entire adult life, listen to me very carefully now. For those Democrats who are like, hey, wait a second. They're spending what of our money on what now? But I thought it were for the little guys. To you assholes who called me a fucking Nazi, or that I was somehow a fascist, or that I am evil, like I'm an actually bad person because I wanted lower taxes, borders secured, not people here who aren't citizens. What other ridiculous, outlandish shit that I want? A balanced budget, term limits, and this. And like none of this racist, bigoted shit with affirmative action, which was started way back. Diversity started way back in the 90s, by the way. I want a meritocracy. The shit I got called because of that. I'm the bad guy. I love my favorite about your rank and file Democrats is how you guys really are the fascists. Let me tell you, this is a very personal message. No, not regular professional Democrats are going to listen to this. And maybe you guys could send this to other people, because it wasn't just me that this happened to. All right. This is for people in my past, especially you assholes, you fucking tyrannical assholes in Minneapolis. Oh, you're so fucking cool. You're so fucking, oh my God. Went to McAllister. I'm so fucking educated. Oh yeah. You guys are the fascists. Think about that. Anyone, there was no government should take over the businesses and execute government policy. That's kind of fascism. I mean, we could talk about the economic effects of fascism. Nowhere in there is like this. I'm trying to think what other pillars of fascism there is, where you take people's rights away and people don't have the right to vote, or people don't have the right to certain people, like where you actually have it in the law, like you Democrats do, where it's perfectly legal to discriminate against white guys, but that doesn't count. Look how fucking wicked you guys are. You gotta go to the point. Some of you go to the point. Well, you can't discriminate against white males. Look how fucking clever we are because we're academics. I don't know who's worse. You guys actually believe that shit, and then, or you rank and file dumbass Democrats. You sop it up. Well, they're for the little people. I think every Democrat, regardless of the two categories I'm going to go into, you need to hear this: how you've treated people you disagreed with. You've literally accused people who boring Republicans. Republican Party is boring. It's supposed to be boring. Or libertarians, I'm like, well, yeah, I'm for gay, right? What's wrong? Oh, but you just hate poor people and black people and women. What? I, you know, It's kind of like getting the shit kicked out of you by 3 people on the playground because you didn't have the right shoes. And all of you did it. Let me be very clear why people younger do it. You did it because you want to be popular. You didn't want to be Carlton Banks or Alex B. Keaton, like, hey, actually, you can't do it here. The numbers don't add up. And just like little fucking middle schoolers, you fucking whatever. No one's talking to Becky today. All right. We're going to kick the shit out of that kid on the playground because we're so strong. That's why I need 3 of us to do it. We're going to whatever it was, through your little fucking human sickness and your sociology and social shit, you, in other words, ostracize people and with the media publicly just attack people and their reputations for decades. And now all of a sudden this USAID thing is coming out, which what are we, 10 seconds into the Trump administration? Oh, by the way, President Trump, thank you for finding your balls. You should have done this the first fucking time around. That's all right. You're a boomer. It takes a while. Hey, they try to kill me. Now you'll finally show them. Thank you for finally. Don't know why we couldn't have done this a long time before. Probably because the Republicans at the government level are equally corrupt. Exposing this. But this is just the tip with the throat. What you Democrats, and it's all you. I don't care who it was funded under. I don't care. It all goes to employing you. You're thieves. You're fucking thieves. And what I've been I've not been suspicious. I've known the entire time. What was it? It's not the boy that gets the mythical Cassandra. It's not the boy who called. Again, I'm going to go to that movie Trolls, where there's the one troll who's preparing for the insurance for the bad day, and the whole fucking community, make fun of him. He's stupid. Ha ha ha. Except the trolls, they didn't call him, hey, you're the guy with the funny mustache. You're a vile, evil human being. What troll? All this shit I've been saying since I was a young man. Now, here it is. You have no fucking idea. This is just the tip of the iceberg. You have no idea how long the Democrats, as essentially a mafia, has been stealing money from the American public. And knock it off with, they're helping the little. But stop being so fucking naive and stupid. Of all people, and thank God they're waking up. It's not all, but one group, black men, are waking the fuck up. They're finally realizing, God damn, I'm sick and tired of being poor. Welcome to the party, pal. Black women, you're fucking gone as a group. Sorry. You're just gone. It's going to be a while. You got to wander in the desert. Okay. But you're I don't know what's you cannot be negotiated with. There's no reasoning with you. And that's fine. Some people, but the black men are waking up. But it should have taken how long? It's got since Clinton. What is it? 30 years? 40 fucking years? The Democrats are not this party of the people and the worker. They don't work anymore. They're a bunch of fucking trust fund baby parasites. And I fucking knew it. So let's introduce the first category of Democrats I ran into and I wish to admonish. And these people are not capable of shame. All right? They're not. These are actually evil people. People who, for popularity reasons, like, let's beat the shit out of the kid because he doesn't wear fucking whatever, Cavarici pants. All right. We're not talking to Becky because Queen Bee doesn't like Becky that day. You're the assholes who buy a Beamer. Well, you don't buy. You lease a Beamer, you lease a house in the suburbs, and you think you're better than everyone else. Those are the Democrats I'm talking about. The ones who did it because they were popular. They want to be popular. Also, the other group of people, the people within this group, you could just tell that there's one guy in particular. He just, same friend group. And I don't think I'm going to consider him a friend anymore. You know, people were nice to you, but there was always something about this guy. I just got skis. Like he wanted to run for office. I'm like, you're 20. God, what was he at the time? 26? Really got pissed off when I ended up getting my carry permit. And he fucking knew everything. Like he was a dictator. Like he knew everything. And you had to like morally had issues with, oh, by the way, I'm pro-gun. Oh, throw him in jail now, right? And he's just one of many examples where there was this sanctimonious know-it-all, I'm better than you. And if that person got into power, guarantee, and some of these people are in power, they would have no fucking problem, given enough power, throwing all of you assholes in jail, just like the fucking communists. Because it's not even that they're for the distribution of wealth. It wasn't that. It was, it's like, it's an addiction to power. Like I'm like, yeah, buddy, if we're on an island, we should work together, but I'd have to kill you. I would. No, there's something is fucking off. And there were a lot of people like that. I remember one person, this guy wasn't a friend, but getting livid with me. Like you could tell, like physically he wanted to fight me. Well, you can't, you could get very heated arguments, like, see, like, yeah, more or less you want to commit violence, but we can't because we're in a society with rules. Because he disagreed with me politically. And as I've mentioned many times before, there's that mental cult, which I'm sure is in every major metro, but in the Twin Cities. But look, they burned their buildings down. They burned their buildings down. Look at some of the laws they passed. Now we're talking specifically the city. Like, go look. I'm sure San Francisco, Chicago, they have all these fucked up rules and laws. That's created by mentally ill people. Where you can steal $900 worth of shit in San Francisco and we won't call the cops on you. That's the fucking shit I'm talking about. You evil, short-sighted, self-serving assholes. You're the real dictators. But like I said before, these Democrats, they couldn't care less. These are the ones that are just in it for the money, right? These are the ones who are at the feeding trough at USAID. I guarantee you go through all the federal government, all the federal programs, state as well and local, right? Just those are like the AAA minor leagues compared to the major league. Right? All of these sweet talking Democrats, all we and those evil people who aren't like you are keeping you down. All of them, nearly all. How many statesmen they're actually, real statesmen that care? They just, like in an ironic sense, I think Bernie Sanders might be one of those. We can disagree. It would not surprise me if Bernie Sanders, I was going to say, doesn't have the money Nancy Pelosi and isn't on the inside trading of the stock market. He might be more of a like, no, we owe it to the people. That might be his thing. But aside from that, don't be surprised how many Democrats, professional, I don't mean just the politicians. I mean your nonprofits. Look at diverting hate. Look at all those people at Middlebury, ASU. Was it Dasha something? People at the Peril Institute, they study threats. All right, all these people are Democrats who don't want to work. And look at how much money they're consuming. They major in bullshit stuff. Remember how I told you about worthless degrees? How long ago was old Cappy? Cappy had dark hair when he was telling you about worthless degrees. He was a young, fuckable man back when he was telling you about worthless degrees. Now he's just this old pile of gray. All that is just to keep you worthless, evil Democrats employed, to keep you fed, to keep you housed. We need a student loan ballot. You just don't want to work. That's how evil you are. You don't want to work, and you will take everyone's fucking money. You'll go work for nonprofit. You'll beg and plead for grant money. And when you go through and look at what USAID goes to, all this contractor bullshit, right? I can't wait to see the graft, not the grift, the graft. It means kind of bribery or money under the table with Medicaid, Social Security, all the government programs, the military. Yes, the military. Yes. Like there's not waste there. I'm aware. I don't know. Like, oh, well, they're the military. Well, then they're the good guys. No. How many times is okay? Now, I'm not putting these guys in the same league of evil. All right. But I got a lot of male friends. Well, I got some female friends too who are in the military. I don't know if they get that. And they're Republicans and libertarians. And I got a bloody nose one time. Oh, that must have been, yeah, but I got $1,200 a month of disability. What? It's not that they don't get a bloody nose. They're getting some awfully generous payouts for the injuries they got. What? And don't you dare, oh, you hate the troop. We're done with that now. We are fucking done with that. We are so fucking, the American people are sick and tired of you questioning their integrity. Fuck you. Fuck you. Shut up. Anyway, the point is this USAID stuff, which if you didn't know, go watch it up. I'm going to recap it very quickly here. It looks like this was just a slush fund to give money away to worthless fucking Democrats. Money went to pay for some video games. Celebrities were paid to fly out under USAID. It's just the amount of scams and rackets that people collect the whatever welfare, EBT, WIC, where they swap out the food stamps and all this other stuff. There's all you present money, people are going to scam it. You say, well, how do we stop it? You have to end these programs. That's it. You can't trust people with these programs. They will always fucking racketeer and scam it. And this is just one. USAID is just one. It's just one. And all the fucking Democrats. Oh, did you see how quick the Democrats went to rally and protest? It's because their money's going away. Hear me. Here, there's your psychopathic, control freak, tyrannical, actual fascist Democrats. And then there's your lazy motherfuckers who will do anything to avoid a real job. They have no problem enslaving you. What's the saying? If it requires the labor of others, it's not a right. Yeah, it's right. But I like to view it as a different way. You want to enslave others because you're too lazy to work. You're no different than a Southern plantation owner. That's it. They don't give a fuck. And they'll come up with every word and name to call you whatever. And if you look at this USAID stuff and what it's going to, it's not even nonprofit. Surprise, you poor people wonder why you don't get the money. It's going to all the social workers and the white Karens and the white save you girl Democrats and the nonprofits and the sociologists and the professors. That's where all the fucking money's going. This is just the beginning. And so for you professional Democrats, let's call you that, the professional Democrats, the tyrants, the lazies, the assholes, it's up. You're exposed now. Now, you've done a brilliant job through the teachers, another group of fucking tyrannical. Oh man, don't get me started. Don't get me started about how you have literally stolen 5 generations of kids' lives sending in these fucking schools. Maybe 4, maybe 5 generations ago, you actually might have taught something. You've convinced enough, you've programmed enough of the American population, but Democrats good. So you might stick around, right? I mean, a lot of people, they'd say it was this Republican wave that came through and it was a mandate. I'm like, based on the popular vote, it was what, 49.5 to 50.5. It was a close. It's not like it was 70-30. There's still half that you've convinced half the population that they're brave and amazing just the way they are. And if you happen to be a white male and straight, fake something, a mental disorder, or maybe you're trans or bi or what was the fluid, whatever. I got a bunch of things you can select from the menu of bullshit that you could claim to be. So they're not out. They put a lot in. Oh boy, by the way, you regular dipshit Americans, well, yeah, I kind of, like your fucking George Bush or John McCain, they're gonna fight for it. This is their livelihood. They're not gonna give up their plantation. They're not gonna give this shit up. It's free shit. They get to make believe they're amazing people. Anyway. Those are the evil Democrats, okay? And a heartfelt fuck you to all of you because I knew it. I fucking knew it when I was younger. And you guys hated me because I was the one advocating adult responsibility. What's really cool, before I go on to the second group of Democrats, what's really cool is when these ideologues have kids and then got to send them to the public schools that they were so adamant about. And I've seen that happen now. And they're just like, maybe we send our kid to the private schools. Wait, how does that, wait a minute. Because see, these ideologue Democrats, right? Not all of them are rich. Not all of them are Nancy Pelosi. Some of them, they're true believers. They're tyrants. Like, yeah, we're gonna get him. I know a couple people in the Twin Cities. One in particular who's a rental property owner, and he was this ideologue Democrat left. It might still be. I don't know. Maybe they turn around. I don't know. But I love it because I'm like, wait, he owns rental property in Minneapolis? I'm like, still? And I love that one, the snake eating itself, where they vote in to essentially abdicate their property rights. And like, oh no, the city will tell you who you're going to rent to, how you're going to screen for tenants, what you can charge. They're starting to have rental controls now. Oh, I love that. I love it. So I don't know if those people wake up. But then again, finally, one final note about the evil Democrats. There's always those who are psychopathically committed to the cause. Like those Rage Against the Machine douchebags. Oh my God, my generation was told they're so cool. Remember Bill Clinton girls? Oh my God. Oh God, you're so fucking stupid. You got your committed ideologues. There's been a couple instances where the vegan parents don't feed their kid protein and then the baby dies. I think that's happened twice now. Famously or more famously, there's the wife of the husband who got killed in New York at the bus stop. The guy was a MPERG or New York PERG activist. Okay, so the Democrats, right? But he was murdered by what happened to be a black guy. Just stabbed him at 4 a.m. at a bus stop. She wouldn't report his race. All right. Hey, normie America, wake the fuck up. Right? I know, well, I'm a moderate because I'm a pussy and I don't want to go one way or another. I really want people out of our country who shouldn't be here. Well, that's on the menu. You can vote for that. You need to wake up. These are not healthy. Look at the idiot from Connecticut. Look at her face. That's I expect a 3-year-old to dress like that. That's who they're voting in. These are the people that have been in charge now for the past 40 fucking years. And here you go. Well, I remember when Americans weren't just a bunch of ball sacks of wonder putts. So those are the committed professional Democrats. Now let's go to the others who are equally responsible, and an equal but different flavored fuck you to you two is you ballless, naive dupes. And I'm going to call you, they're for the little people. They're for the little guys. That's what they're. Did you look at the federal budget? What, do you know the difference between $1 million and $1 trillion? Yeah. Wake the fuck up. You're about to see it. Okay, I've been yelling and screaming. I've thrown charts and data. Go look at my blog. Like 15 fucking years of data and charts. This is why it doesn't work. This is not, well, we gotta help the little people. You're as dumb as Republican fathers in Minnesota. Well, sweetheart, you go do whatever you want. I'll pay for it because daddy loves his little princess. What? You wanna yell at me for having privilege during Christmas time? Well, that's fine. Nothing's too good for daddy's little princess. This is a very nice luxury belief you have to think that the party is going to take care of the Democrat Party is going to take care of all the social problems and the poor people and the disparities in the world. This is very nice. And you know what else is also an incredible luxury you have is that you get to sit there and be popular as well. That you get to be short-sighted when it costs us fucking everything. The financial stability of the country, the value of the dollar. Do you like inflation, you dumb fuck? I'm for the little people type guy. That's why I vote Democrat, so other people like me. Don't hurt me. You do not have that luxury anymore to say the popular thing. And you know what? You know what you could do? You could say popular thing. I get it. It's like working in a major U.S. corporation today, right? Oh, yeah, that's a guy. Oh, yeah, that's a girl, even though there's a penis under the skirt. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got to go to training. All right. But behind the voting booth, you can vote for whatever the fuck you want. Fine, you got to play nice. Fine, you got to go to middle school and wear whatever shoes or shirt or whatever the fuck it is that's popular at that moment in time. Yeah, you got to say you like that band. And yeah, Rage Against the Machine. That's the band I like. Yes, because corporate masters told you to like it. But then you go home and you put on the shoes you want, or you listen to the music you want to listen to. I'm confused. I'm really confused. I understand you ideologue, evil, Marxist, piece of shit Democrats. You and I will never agree because I'm good, you're bad. You want to enslave other people, you don't want to work. I get it. We're not going to negotiate. But you, for the little people Democrats, you fucking naive people. Do you have kids? For those of you, for the little people Democrats with kids, I'm sorry. I have a question. Yes, you, sir, in the back. Stupid question. Yes. If we keep drilling holes in this hub like the Democrats, and I could understand because it's fun to drill holes in the hub of this ship. I don't know. It's a thing that all the Democrats do, and the ship is sinking. And we look at the rate of water coming on to it's going to sink in about 30 years. Now, I'm going to be dead and I don't have kids. But I have a question for you, Mr. Democrat with kids, who's for the little guy. What are your kids going to do when you and I are dead? But they're on this ship, it's going to sink. I know finance and budgeting and frugality and discernment and discriminating, not in the negative sense, like, no, we're going to discriminate. Okay, we need to afford this. We can't afford that. I know it's boring. I know finance is boring, but there's the day you try to turn the engine in your car and it doesn't work. And now you're up shit creek. All economies, all countries need to fucking function. And you have had this luxury of just being popular. I'm for the little guy. Fucking dumbass Karen prancing across the street I saw a couple of years back, giving some degenerate drag money so he could go buy a Chipotle, which he didn't buy the Chipotle, which, by the way, lady. What? For those of you with kids, have you thought about the long-term thing? Or are you the typical American parent now where, like, you don't have to brush your teeth, you don't raise your kids because you're too fucking lazy to raise the kids? Maybe I'm not cynical enough. Maybe I'm not enough of a misanthrope. You all drop your kids off at daycare, right? Well, okay. You probably don't care about your kids. Remember, here, go. Maybe you guys are like Amy Beale's parents. Amy Beale is like 20 years ago. Biehl, kind of like a German spelling of the name. This gal named Amy Beale she was liberal white woman to the rescue. She was going to save Africans. Legit. She went to Africa because she was going to save the children. And the tribes people murdered her. And then her parents went over to Africa and forgave the villagers. Dude, Democrat parents are like the fucking Canaanites. They will sacrifice their children to Moloch. They will. You do. You send them to the fucking schools and daycare. You don't give a fuck about your kid. Maybe I'm being too optimistic of parents today. Maybe I'm wrong. I think I answered my own question. You don't give a fuck about your kids, do you? That's why you send them to the public schools. They come back, Mom, I think I'm trans. Okay, sweetheart, let's put it on social media. Oh, God, I'm not dark enough. Not enough. But for those of you presumably love your kids, I know it's boring, like flossing your teeth, getting a colonoscopy, and other, checking the air pressure on your tires. But do you give a fuck about the structural and financial integrity of the country? I know it's boring, but it's important to floss your teeth. Because you got kids. I thought maybe you'd want them to grow up in a financially stable country, or do you prefer hyperinflation? And you assholes, you spineless, fucking non-thinking assholes. I hold you equally, was the world, culpable, guilty, as the professional, evil, tyrannical Democrats, but in a different way. Just how short-sighted and childish and spineless you are. I don't know, maybe we all, humanity, you got to get along with the tribe, right, to survive, otherwise you get kicked out of the village. Emperor has no clothes kind of thing. Holy shit. How long do we got to stay on this Titanic before, like, hey, you're heading to an iceberg? We got to turn the fucking ship. This guy hates black people. What? All the black people on the ship, I don't know how many black people happen to be on the Titanic, but aside from where the analogy falls apart there, historically speaking, all the black people on the ship are going to die. This iceberg is not particularly bigoted one way or the other. Why do you hate women? Oh my God. Rah, 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 rah. Are we really having this? I guess we are. I guess we are having this conversation. And you dipshits who for the longest time want to help the little guy, why don't you lower taxes? You vote to lower fucking taxes. And then you take a fraction of the money you would have been taxed that would have gone to social programs and you give it directly to poor people through charities and nonprofits, not government sanctioned ones that actually have a good reputation. Why don't you help out the people within your community? Oh, because at the end of the day, you don't really fucking care about your fellow man or poor people who are truly disadvantaged. It's just like fucking middle school. You say it to be popular, you worthless fucking trash. And these are the Democrats, who inevitably grow the fuck up like, oh my God, Aaron, did you know you were right a quarter fucking century ago? No fucking shit. Oh, I'm a Republican now. Yeah, you're the spineless, ballless type of Republican that is every Minnesota father who just lets his children be consumed by the Minnesota Marxist machine and turn into little fucking Marxist robots. And you just, are you the one that doesn't even talk politics with your wife because you're afraid she's going to cut off the sex, which you get, like twice a year? Like your birthday sex and your Christmas sex. Is that you? Is that the type of Republican you're going to become? Great. Yeah, you're going to stop it. Just a sincere fuck you to the I find the little guy. I don't care. That you have all been going down this path for so long. Not to brag, but man, if I predict it, if I got some question like, ooh, I look at this over here. It's amazing how look at this over here ends up becoming reality. I got a pretty good track record. And when I've seen it, it's impossible to wake you dumb, naive motherfuckers up. You're good people, all right? You're not the evil, tyrannical Democrat. Yes, fine. Maybe you want to help the little guy. You need to get off your ass and wake the fuck up now. But none of you did. None of you did. And you were all, that Clary, he's a little crazy over there. Am I right? Look at that. Don't kick me out of the club. I want to be part of the cool kids club in the Twin Cities. The guy telling you to floss your teeth. The guy telling you maybe you ought to eat a vegetable or go for a hike and hit the treadmill. That guy's crazy. Oh, look at that guy telling people to eat his vegetables. What a fucking fascist, huh? I know. He's a little loop. I like him anyway. Uh-huh. Hey, Judas, how's your 30 fucking pieces of silver, asshole? This has been going on for so long in my personal life. I don't know about what you guys have experienced. I've made adjustments. One of many reasons I didn't have kids because I saw this shit long ago. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to know. My kids are not going to be raised to simply be the batteries and the slaves of the fucking Democrat mafia. My kids are not paying the taxes to support a bunch of fucking single mom kids. It's not going to happen. Sorry, too bad. No slaves for you. Oh, God, where was I going to go with that? With the dopey Democrats? Keep going on these tangents. I forgot where I was going. If I leave it at your, that's what I was going to say. For quarter century, I've been planning. I got my crypto. I don't have debt. I got my solar panels. Why'd you get solar panels? Did it pay financially? No, it's just because this is Republicans too. You keep raising dopey kids who don't work and you don't discipline them. That's a whole apolitical thing to discuss about shitty American parenting. There's not going to be enough electrical engineers to keep up the grid. Separate thing. I've been planning for it. I don't got kids. What are you dopey, naive, well-intended Democrats going to do? What's your plan? Your kids' teeth are falling out. Your teeth are falling out because you didn't floss. You can't go back and floss your teeth in the past. You can't change that. What's your denture plan look like? What do you got planned here, guys? I mean, we got one shot kind of to get this together because I'm going to bank on human laziness and greed. The Democrats always have that headwind. I mean, inevitably it's going to make its way back. I also don't have a lot of faith in Trump, I'll be honest. That's nice. He's signing these executive orders. They're discovering what's going to happen in Congress. Are we actually going to cut the budget and balance it? Are we? Like I said, I don't care. I'm hedged. But between the dopey, spineless Republicans we got in this country, not all Republicans are like the pussy Republicans in Minnesota. I'll grant you that. Okay? I'll grant you that. But you got the Republicans in the country. You got the libertarians. Okay, fine. You got normal people like, oh my God, did you see what the Democrats are trying to do to our children? Yeah, about that. And then we got you well-intended but naive and dumber than fuck Democrats. Like, little guy, are we going to be responsible adults now and form a temporary alliance and get rid of these evil fucking Democrats who are destroying the country? I'm not saying that like a satanic panic. Look, Satan's in the music. I'm telling you, as an economist, unlike you who've been looking at the budget and all, it's like, this isn't gonna last. Are you gonna wake up now and say, oh shit, I didn't know about them? It really is. It's like a lot of you maybe get a health scare and then all of a sudden you start researching health and you're like, oh, wow, there's a lot to learn here. You know what? There's a lot to learn of called economics. And I know it's boring and it doesn't directly benefit you, but it benefits you and your family in the long run. When you learn about not only it's okay, you know what it's exactly like? You know how just like health, oh, I got to get my health together. You say, I got to get my finances together. Just like personal finances, the country you live in and the state and the local, that also has finances that needs to be managed well. You know who's responsible for it? The fucking voters. But Democrats said the rich have more money. Do you know what government spending to GDP is? Do you know what percent of our money we spend? You know that. I bet you don't. I bet you don't. I saw rich people and they always got more money and they have unlimited money. Let's just tax them some more. Why is housing so expensive? If you can't understand, while taxing other people more results in less stuff being produced and therefore inflation, I can't help you. And that's not my responsibility. It's like, if you can't understand while cutting out carbs leads to lower weight, and I can't help you. That's your responsibility. And by the way, I'm so fucking sick and tired. You want to know where I wrote about good financial management for us as citizens for our country? It's on my blog. Go fucking read it. I put together 2 books. What was it? The Enjoy the Decline, which I have linked below. And I have another one where that was probably like my last effort saying, here's how you get your shit together, society, from a financial perspective. It's called How Not to Become a Millennial. You guys might like that. Look that up. All right. I'm not doing this anymore. For most of my adult life, even as an economist, trying to tell bankers, hey, the housing market's going to crash. Stop lending money. They didn't listen either. I'm done. My life is too short. A lot of people are like, Cappy, why don't you sign up for Doge? You'd be great. Because that's real work. I've done my real work. I've tried to get Americans to floss their fucking teeth, hit the fucking treadmill, and not go tyrannical and cut off all government spending and all help to all people, but to make it so it is long-term feasible. I have done that for damn near 30 years. Because what, yeah, about, call it 30 years. I'm done. You wonder why I go out and hike and I give the finger? It's a fuck you to so many people in the world. It's a metaphor. It's like, fuck you, I'm done. I tried to do the right thing multiple times. Hey, .coms are overvalued. Hey, the stock market or housing market is overvalued. Hey, you got to do this. There's an education bill. Fuck you, fascist. We're going to fight. Okay, fine, done. Fuck all of you. I'm going to go be off the Schopenhauer. I'm going to go walk in the woods and enjoy my life. And you motherfuckers figure this out. You dipshit Democrats with kids. Oh my God, little Jimmy got the crap kicked out of him by a group of kids at school because he was a Republican. Or he didn't wear the right shoes. Little Bipsy came back from college and she's accusing my husband of being part of the patriarchy. That's your problem. Oh my God, Zoomer, you want to see where it's really starting to happen? I know economics is boring. But you know where it starts to have you want to see the tip of the spear where economics is starting to make real pain for the normal person? Young people can't afford housing anymore, right? You young people complain about housing, right? Gee, I wonder if there's a reason for that. I wonder if the cause of that was economics. You know who's sick and tired of trying to tell you how to get your housing market back and get affordable housing? I meant not to mention affordable things in general. I'm done with that shit. I got a long track record. I don't care if you brush your teeth anymore. I don't care if you don't floss for the little people Democrats. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if a sixth generation of poor black people are poor. It's not my responsibility. I've already written a book, The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty. Hey, here's how it ends. I don't care if a fifth generation of young American dipshits major in the liberal arts. I don't care because it's not my responsibility. It's the fucking parents to raise the next generation right, of which, in addition to floss your teeth, brush your teeth, eat your veggies, is maybe learn a little bit of fiscal responsibility and not be so fucking naive when it comes to the slick politician called Slick Willie. I think we just need more money for the minorities than the people. And oh my God, Monica, what are you doing down there? No, Hillary, she's just my intern. Oh, he's so great. Fine, it's not. I don't have kids. Hey, look, people. Hey, hang on. I bet you I got a picture here. Let me see. You could see a lot of finger giving pictures on my Instagram. Let me see. Do I have one? What are the chances I got one? Well, here's one of me at the gym. Although I sent that to Vlad Elkins and the gang. Oh, here's one. This is a couple days ago. That's on my Instagram. See that? Fuck you, Democrats with kids who are for the little people. Fuck you, ballless, spineless Republicans in Minnesota. Oh my God. Fuck all of you. Bye. I'm gonna hike. A weird sense, I made a career off of it. It's weird, very weird. But I'm done trying to convince you. I don't care if you get fat and you have to have your foot amputated because of the diabetes. I don't care. I'm only going to point out that the Democrats have been this evil for this long, and I was right. All of you were wrong. Fuck you. All the Democrats in my past, the tyrannical ones, we're both on the equal page, right? I'm the good guy. You're the bad guy. Go fuck yourselves. You're tyrants and you're fucking slave owners. Fuck you. To you dopey Democrats who just went along, get along, fuck you too. You're part of the problem. I'm not saying you got to become some card-carrying Republican and have a elephant on a like a walking elephant kind of puppet wherever you go. Fuck you too. You were all wrong. This USAID thing is just the beginning, and you're about to find out how fucking wrong you were and how easily fucking duped you were. And I'm not doing this Republican. And by the way, Republicans, you need to spank these fucking apologetic Democrat asses. Oh, where the fuck have you been? At minimum, the Bruce Willis will welcome to the party, pal. Oh my God. No, you need to be a badass motherfucker like Trump is right now. His hot 10 seconds thus far into it. Don't worry, he's got plenty of time to fuck this term up. All right, not hopeful. But fuck all you sincerely, for all you people who were Democrats, you know who you were. Like, if you had some people, now, not my friends who I still hang out with today, not you guys, but other people, they fuck you. How's it going? Fuck you. And I am especially happy for those of you with children. Very happy for those of you with children. And then for my friends who have children who aren't leftist dipshit Democrats, yeah, man, but at least you're preparing your kids right, because I know, obviously I have friends that have kids, and they're not doing this. You're just special the way you. No, they're like, hey, we're gonna learn. I got one buddy, man, he's got these two kids, and I thought maybe I was the only one, maybe it was just me, but then another friend of mine, he's like, dude, I love it. I can mention the guy's first name. When Richard's kids come over, because they talk like adults. You can have a conversation with them. They're just one, but they're very intense. It's because the dad, well, the mom too, but the dad's like, nope, we're doing that. Surprise! This is the lesson for you Minnesota fathers. This dad, this is crazy. He actually invests in the kid. It's weird. Like, he takes his kid out. He's got a son and a daughter. He takes the son out, and they do fix-it things. Right, teaches them, mechanics and repair and all that. He's got a daughter who I don't even think is 14 years old yet, and she's already interested in accounting. I'm like, I got a course for that. Oh my God, raise your kids. Holy shit, American parents. Did you know dropping your kids off at daycare with 85 IQ women who couldn't find their own husband and raise their own kids, got their degree in early childhood management? Can you imagine that, dropping them off with them and then dropping them off with the public school teachers? Your kids aren't going to come out to be the greatest? Who fucking knew? Oh my, yeah, but you need that Range Rover, right, Pipsy? That's real important. And you people, well, what do we do? But seriously, because it's my generation now, they're a little bit older. They get a little bit. Fuck all you Gen X Democrats, all you former current and former, all you do, rage against the machine. Fuck you. Fuck you. And there's punishment either way coming. For you pros, you're about to get exposed, and you get to go back and figure it out. Some people are waking the fuck up, so you pros are on the ropes. Don't worry, you'll figure some way out to parasite. You always do. It's a horrible life to live, but you always do. And then for you dopey Democrats, you dupes, who are maybe, hi, wait a second. They just released all those criminals, then one of them killed my daughter. Do you want to welcome to the party? Do you want to come in Nakatomi Plaza and kick the fucking terrorists out? Yeah, I used to do it before, little people. Popular thing. Go fucking wear your shoes in middle school. I don't give a fuck anymore. Let's go to the super. Oh, link below. Like I said, enjoy the decline, accepting living with the death of the United States. Written in 2012. I am a good fucking economist. And then what the fuck is the other one? Oh, How Not to Become a Millennial. One of my worst selling books, but I'd say one of my best. Really, you want to get something for your kids or for yourself to wake the fuck up? Go get that book. How Not to Become a Millennial. It's under co-author Vince Barrick. A Pringles can with veins, $5. Heads are really going to spin when they realize housing, groceries, and education is going to drop in price because gimme that's propped up that shit system. Yes, there are going to be many secondary and tertiary consequential effects, of which I haven't even thought about. That's a good point, Pringles. I haven't even thought about that. If we do it right, like Milei did in Argentina, it's going to take a year. It's going to be a little bit of pain. But I think they had the first month without an increase, without inflation. And by the way, okay, you for the little people, you're going to have to be patient. It's if you want to start 1965, where we started the welfare state, it took 60 years for this shit to be built. It's going to take at least 10 years to deconstruct this. So we're going to need a couple Republicans, and not the fucking rhino Republicans. We're going to need real Republicans, maybe if you're sexy, some libertarians in there with a compliant Congress to deconstruct all of this. Don't expect your fucking government finances served to you like a Big Mac, like with under 5 minutes. It's not going to happen. AR-12, $5. U.S. aid funded Gaza peer mission. I was deployed there last spring, summer. It was nice listening to your podcast while the 500-pound bombs are going off. Dude, you probably get busted. I would love nothing more than to hear, like, if you send me a video of you listening to my podcast is playing on something, but there's a war going on, like a bomb drops in, like, okay, a bomb's going to strike over there. I'm going to set up Cappy's podcast. That'd be fucking hilarious. Pringles can with Vane, 10 generous dollars. Funny story, U.S. aid funnel money through company A through Z to buy houses and keep them empty, to keep prices high and rent unaffordable. And for Section 8 moms, independent yet don't need no man. If that was, are you saying that happened? Have they seen that happen yet? Or are you saying you could see something like this happening? What I think you're going to find more, because it's already happened, where you're going to find more with the U.S. aid is going to be the same thing with the Department of Homeland Security. You have all these grants, and it just goes to employ Democrat, leftist, worthless pieces of shit. That's it. Again, go look at Peril. Dasha is his name. Dasha. D-A-S-H-A. I forget his last name. This is the guy that wrote, among others, that wrote the report that we need to divert hate. He's the one that came up with, among others, with the male supremacy index. Yeah, like that's where your money, when people see that's where their money's going, that's where I speculate a lot of it's going is to employ. It's basically a big welfare jobs program for adult children to play make-believe patty cake bullshit jobs. Which I've been saying that's been academia this entire time. But somehow that construes to I hate women. Generation Apollo, $5. Parasiting off of the labor of others has been a problem ever since we left the hunter-gatherer way of life. Can't be a parasite if the tribe can kick you out. Well, that's why they have to sound like the popular people. And they had to run cover like, oh my God, you hate implant group, whatever you're talking about. Trans, gay, straight, bi, male, female, whatever. Sean Whelan, $5. Women/liberals don't believe scarcity is right. No, you're right. I guarantee they think rich people, there's just trillions upon trillions of dollars. They have no idea of the concept of GDP. I'm sorry, government spending to GDP. And you need to do total, not just federal. You need to see state, federal, and local. And right now, we spend about 40% of our money on government. There is only 60% left. And there's not 60% less because if you keep increasing taxes, rich and wealthy people, hate them as you might, they produce the most. That's why they're rich. Right? We're talking about GDP, not inheritance. GDP. They're just going to scale back. They're not going to work. So you're not going to, there's no way you could capture the other 60%. Everything is a Thorstein Velbin social status zero-sum game for them. Behavioral sink, mouse utopia. Yep. And if I might add an aside, ladies, you need to get your heads out of your asses about basic finance. This motherly instinct, which you have, I don't doubt it. I'm sorry, we can't afford that anymore. Well, can't we help the little people and the children? Help your own fucking children. No, we can't. Not without causing more inflation. This has been a fun little party we've had with a quasi-socialist system. This has been really cute, indulging disproportionately liberal white Karens of their, like, Jesus loves little children, kumbaya shit. It isn't working. Now you need to actually become an independent-minded woman, put on your big girl panties, and learn about budgeting and balancing budgets and personal finance and government finance. I know it's boring. I know. But if you'd like housing to be affordable or groceries to be affordable or gas to be affordable, I'm not, by the way, I'm not saying you all got to become Republicans. If the Republicans down the road will have the same threats of corruption if given power long enough. But right now, it's a pretty fucking clear choice. Mr. Dunk Dunkerson, $5. Hi, Cappy, relatively new listener here. Where can I send a quote request for video topics? Assholeconsulting.com. So there you go. Send it. Don't send me an email saying, is this where I send it? Yes. You go to assholeconsulting.com, fill out the contact form, put your request there. High Plains Warrior, $5. Problem is when Doge has finished his mission, things will just go back to the way it was. Right. There's going to be Congress is good. We're going to have to pass a budget where there are cuts. It's going to have to, I mean, there's something the executive branch can do to lower it, like, hey, we're going to offer you a buyout. I forget what, I mean, I'm not fully knowledgeable about presidential rights where you could just sign it and it's done. But it's going to be up to Congress. Good luck with that. Don't sell your crypto just yet, boys. Reed Schwartzer, $2. Yep, called it. Also enjoying the freak out on EBT. I don't know what's happening. See, dude, it's going to come hard and fast. Elon's moving fast. I wonder what it's going to come from all. So you're going to find out what's in the Department of Agriculture. You're going to find out there's graft there. Rydell Biber, $10. They lost their slaves. They are losing their exploited illegal workers. They stole billions of tax dollars and are now threatening violence. What the fuck? Right. They don't want to work. They are, above all else, they're deathly afraid of real work. That's why you're seeing them all freak out, because they're going to have to go get jobs. Turisto Terry, $20 generous. Perfect video to show my leftist peeps where I'm coming from. Brilliance based on the truth is powerful. Look, and if this is too long of a video or they don't want to listen, just go look up the federal budget and say, all right, I know there's a lot of items on here, and they kind of break it. There's different forms of the budget you can look at as to how much detail you want. Start with the most general one and say, which of these departments or items on this budget is taking money from one group of people and giving it to another? Like the Department of Transportation, in theory, you get roads. That's not, I take money from John to give it to Joe, all right? Or the Department of Defense, you're buying weapons, okay? I know they're employees, all right, but they're working. I'm talking a wealth transfer, an income transfer. Social Security. We're taking money from the young people. We're giving it to the old. That's welfare. Department of Human Service, Health and Human Services, giving one group of people, giving money to the other. And you're going to find out, last I checked, it's around 2/3. 2/3 of the budget is just giving money to other people. That's the welfare state. And maybe they'll get it and then show them, okay, here's GDP. And then Touristo, this is the next thing. Here's GDP, okay? This is all the money we all make in 1 year. When we add up federal, state, and local spending, not revenues, spending, okay? We take that total number, we divide it by how much we make. There's our overall tax rate. It's going to be shy of 40%. And they're like, what? Yeah, you pay 40%. I don't pay because they're stupid. They're fucking stupid Democrats. I don't pay 40%. Property taxes, sales tax. Did you buy that Snickers bar? What's the sales tax on it? What's your income tax? What's your Social Security tax? What's your gas tax? I don't pay it. I don't pay. What's your rent? What percent goes to property taxes there to cover the landlord's rent? Although that technically would not be considered it, because there's another person involved. That's a second transaction. I mean, to bore people. I mean, I know it's boring and good. You know what? Then you'll be like me in the 90s where, like, here I am. I got a CD full of data and statistics in case anyone argues with me, so I could shut it down quickly, which didn't work, by the way. Shocking, I know. Fintology, €5. Let's convert Cappy to the Democrats by giving him free money. No, you can give me free money. I don't mind. I'll take it, but I'm not going to. Reality is reality. Here's what I love about it. This whole Democrat, Republican, or left-right debate happening in any country. You actually have a political party that wants to violate the law, literally the laws of physics, the laws of energy. They think there's just free shit. They don't realize that the tree does not cut itself into lumber and then magically form itself into a house. Only humans could do that. Yet somehow the left, whichever country in, thinks that, oh, well, we should just get that for free. Well, which were you going to enslave all the contractors and the lumberjacks and the truck haulers and the gas refiners to put gas in the truck? No, you all need to get off your ass and work. You don't have to build your specific house. That's why we got money. You could be a dentist, collect the money, and then pay someone to go cut down the lumber. The leftists and they believe in this. They believe we're in like the replicator of Star Trek. We just hit the button and now I get my latte. And to convince half the population that's feasible, let alone in the long run. Oh, but if you point that out, you believe in the mass extinction of a group of people. I have no patience anymore for Democrats. Like if I find out, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Phintology. Oh, wait. Jimmy Dare. $5. Cappy, Obama's mother was involved in the USAID programs in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. No doubt Barack was identified early and vetted as his pride. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, there's all those political families. It's no different than like back in the Middle Age times. Well, we'll have an alliance with the Prussians, and then we'll align with the Byzantine people, and then we'll marry off my nephew to his daughter, so we have an allegiance with Prince Philip of Spain. I'm sure there was some of that. But yeah, Obama is a perfect example of the evil Democrat. Man's never worked a day in his life. He said popular thing. You stupid people, including my generation, but especially you millennials, that was your worst moment. We said, ooh, popular thing, the guy says. I was told to like black people, otherwise I'd be racist. I'm going to vote for him. See, I'm not racist anymore. And he was polished. He's a very polished guy. Don't get me wrong. Kind of like Bill Clinton. Although Bill Clinton was under the dot-com boom, so his finances actually look pretty good. But you want to look at it. It didn't start with him, but he accelerated it. Obama, go look at the shit that Obama did. And that's where it's like, I'm going to give money to my people. I'm not talking people in Chicago. I'm talking Democrats. Like, we're going to fund all this shit, nonprofits and all that, Obama phones. It accelerated under that. But I don't think he was like, oh, he's our guy. It wasn't. He wasn't the guy. If I remember tell me if I'm wrong. If I remember the primary, like he beat out Hillary, didn't he? Wasn't Hillary? They kept on trying to run that old bag of wrinkles. Yeah, wasn't there a big deal? Like he beat out Hillary? I don't think he was just the selected chosen one. It wasn't like Kamala, where without a primary, where the Democrat, remember, everyone gets a vote. They didn't have a primary. Can you see that? Hey, another thing for you. The Democrats are for the little people. Do you see the contradiction, or do you not understand what the Latin-based Democrat means? You're supposed to have a vote in the Democrat Party, but that's the only party in the United States that didn't have a primary for this last presidential election. And if you didn't know this about the Democrat Party, they have superdelegates, which means the power brokers in the Democrat Party ultimately decide your vote doesn't matter. But that's okay. You keep thinking this is a good, wholesome organization to put your politics behind. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys later, Toodles.